Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about a board game. This board game is called Diplomacy. The basic battlefield or the territory that you're dealing with is like World War One. As you can kind of see, you know, each of these are different nations, and basically the idea of the game is to dominate, basically expand your territory till you control a certain number of major cities, basically, or points that allow you to build a bigger army. Okay, so Paris would be one, London would be one. There's a few others, but those allow you to build units that you can use to conquer. Now, there's two kinds of units. There's naval, and then there's like land troops, basically. So one for land, one for sea. Kind of simplistic in a sense. Now, the big thing about the game is that you need to have a superior number of forces in order to win if you're attacking. And you can supplement forces and do all this crazy stuff. Frankly, it's kind of complicated when you get down to it. But what separates Diplomacy from other games that deal with foreign relations or military strategy, such as Risk or Stratego or any of those other board games, is that Diplomacy really doesn't have that many rules beyond the actual military. You need two troops basically to hit one troop to win. Beyond that, for the most part, Diplomacy is free-wielding. You can form alliances. You can break that alliance in the same turn. It's a very complicated game to win at. Probably the hardest country to play with is Germany. Primarily because they're in the center. You don't have any real base of defense. Turkey or the Ottoman Empire, I think it's Turkey is what they call it in the game, is probably the easiest to play for, at least for beginners. You should definitely check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. Frankly, it's a game that you don't want to play with friends because it is a way to make them enemies. It's a game that naturally gets hardcore. You can play with as few as two people. Basically what ends up happening is you just split the nations, like you go World War I scenario, or you can divide up the nations in different patterns. But the ideal number is to get the full board filled out, which means that you need somebody playing Italy, the Ottoman Empire, Russia, Austria-Hungary, France, England, and I might have skipped one. But the ideal is to have a full board playing. It just makes it so much more complicated. And the one thing that I'll mention about the game is it, of course, is turn-based, because most board games that deal with Diplomacy are. This is no exception. But it has like a three-phase of turns. Basically, the first phase, you negotiate. Then you position your move, whatever you're going to do with your troops, and then you do it. Is kind of how it goes. But it's a very interesting game, and it's definitely a way of seeing how Diplomacy kind of functions. It's a lot more realistic than Risk or Stratego or basically any of the other board games. I mean, maybe on a military level, Risk is arguably more accurate, but I think this one definitely gets you the position of a diplomat. You really kind of see it through their eyes. It takes forever to play, though, and that's the one major downside. But if you like the game, like I do, that's not such a bad thing. You can find this at most game stores. You can find it online, too, for considerably cheaper. I definitely recommend picking it up. If I was going to rank it on board games, and Monopoly was kind of, a mediocre board game, that would be a 3. I give this a 4. It's not perfect, but it's definitely worth trying to play, especially if you've got somebody who knows how to play. So, yeah, there's sometime in some game card selling places, or whatever you want to call them, nerd factories, they sometimes have nights where they just play this game, or they have game nights where they play other ones too. You should check that out if you're interested. It's a way of learning real quick because these people know how to play. And just watching them beat your ass the first couple times can teach you a lot. That's basically it. Subscribe, comment, rate. I will show you what I got for my birthday probably tomorrow because not all of it's come in. I'm excited about that though. Anyway, that's it. Bye.